come to you with cash in hand, ready to do business, you better talk some sense, because if you're incapable of talking sense, I'm going to think you're a crook. I'm not going to trust you. You don't seem like a reasonable, stable person that I want to buy something from. Do you get what I'm saying? Man, I was like, the audacity of this kid. Block. He was like barking commands. He's like, when can you be in South Carolina? Like, what? I thought you were selling a bike. Anyways, and I would have met him halfway if he was talking English. And he spoke English. It was his first language. His name was Eric, and he was an idiot. And so I couldn't trust that Eric was going to sell me a bike that was worth a darn, because he seemed, you know, irresponsible, unstable, mentally unwell. When you don't know how to communicate, it bothers me.
Oh, it's muted.
Yeah,
it's muted the whole time.
I will literally never talk to you again. Anyways, it was crazy. Yeah, so I think I need to learn from that lady over to DG, though. Hello.
All right, hello, people. Brooke is still in a house. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat and stuff, so I'm not going to be super attentive. I noticed that that's one of people's gripes when I look at the hater shit online, but that's just how life is, and you're going to have to deal with it. So I'm sorry. I didn't think she would be back. I thought she said she had to go.
Is there no title on this?
Fucking woman, man.
I thought it said, let's chat or something. I could have swore I put a title on this.
She does
are you talking about?
It says open chat with your brat. That's what it says.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the bike title. I'm slow. You're talking about the bike title, right? Could you imagine? I'm like, are you ready to sign the title over? And he's like, oh, I don't have a title. It's like, what? Like, I've got to get this thing inspected and registration. Like, exactly, Robin, exactly. It was one of those situations. It's like, I can tell by the way that he's talking, yeah, this might cause me financial problems or legal problems. Could you imagine buying a damn stolen bike? That's a criminal charge. That's obtaining property under false pretenses, homie. That's a misdemeanor. You can serve time for that. Absolutely not. So if you ever hear from...
Yeah, speak good little angels. Why is that not... That's gonna drive me nuts, man. Okay, there we go. Yeah, be good little angels, and I don't know, I need to get my numbers up anyways. Leaving YouTube for days at a time is not good for any of my shit, and now Brooke has like a fucking foothold.
From me, personally, you better be talking sense, because the block button is my favorite friend at work and in my personal life, okay? Yeah, he posted the bike. It was a really nice Apollo 250. That was another thing. I asked him how much the bike weighed, and he did not know. And that freaked me out. I'm like, wait a minute. If he's a seasoned vet, he knows how much that bike weighs. If he's rode that bike, if he's raced that bike, he knows how much that bike weighs. So that was a huge red flag. When I said, well, I know it's a 250. I said, my 150 Honda was 198. I said, how much is that Apollo 250? Because that's significantly bigger. Well, not...
At Trisha Adams 207 super chatted $2. Brooke Slow.
Thank you, Trish. I appreciate you. I'll be back, guys.
Not significantly, but it is a jump up. So I did not know if I would be able to touch ground. And as it just so happens, I would not be able to touch ground. I would be teeter-tottering like I was when I used to ride a 250. So, and it's too heavy. I mean, it's not too heavy, but I want something that's comfortable if I was to get something, a 125 or 150. So he didn't know details about stuff that he should. And that was a huge red flag. Huge. Hey, Mural. I hope I'm saying that right. Merle. Hello, Leon, Andy, welcome. There's Jake. Yeah, that's what I think, Jake. That's what I think. Maybe that was God. You know, the way that he was talking. Maybe God was like, Merle, sorry. Yeah, he sounded like a kid. When he called me bro, I was like, I got to go. Like, I know that I get on here and I joke with you guys and I say bro and homie and I use vulgar language, but you guys have heard me on professional phone calls. I got a whole nother voice. Yes, ma'am, this is her. Like, you know, like, I just feel like you have to kind of be two different people on the phone in certain settings. And the way that he responded was just red flag after red flag. And I was just like, this is sketchy. I'm going to get robbed. That's another thing. What if he doesn't have a bike to sell? What if it is a robbery? Show up and no bike. And you're like, where's the bike? And he's like, shut up, get in a basket. I don't know. You know, it's scary though. It's scary. You don't know who you're meeting off Craigslist. Shit. You better be careful. You end up on America's missing list. Who calls a woman, bro? No doubt. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm Brooke. He said, I'm Eric. I was like, thank you, or nice to meet you. I was like, I'm very interested in the bike. I was wondering if you could come down on the price some. Blah, 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 blah. He completely blew off my line of questioning. That's a red flag. You know, you ever been on a dating app and you talking to a guy and you ask him a question like, do you have kids? Or, you know, have you ever been married? And he completely ignores your question. Stay away from people like that. That's evasive. And people that are evasive, they hide things. They lie about things. They don't answer your questions, because if they answered your questions, then they tell on themselves. So when I asked him, what did I say again? Oh, I said, could you come down on price? He completely ignored me. And from that moment on, I knew that he was a game player. I knew that he was manipulative, and I knew he was conniving. That's why I blocked him. Do not ignore my questions. You know what I mean? And especially when you're supposed to be like selling an item and the question is about said item. It's just like someone that you would talk to on a dating app, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you have that don't, you know, you ask them a question in text and they completely blow that off. Stay away from people like that. That's all I'm saying. They're very secretive. They're sneaky. It's a red flag. In business or relationships. It's crazy. Poor customer service. No doubt. I wish I could rate him. I'd give him a 2-star out of 10 just because he did answer the phone. But other than that, I mean, when he said his name was Eric, I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. I mean, I don't know what a bad name would be. Ted Bundy, Charles Manson. I don't know. But, you know, it just seemed like, and he said he was in South Carolina. I'm like, oh, this is probably some grown man that, you know, used to race and it's got out of it and took good care of his bike. He probably changed the oil every time he come off the track. He probably changed the filter, you know. That's how I initially felt about it. And then I told him, I said, I want to get in contact with the DMV to see what I need to do. And I also need a motorcycle license, and I had to set up an appointment for that. So that's why I took that pre-test online. So I said, can I contact you Monday? And so he was like, yeah. And I think this was last Monday, or was it this Monday? I can't remember, but I contacted him on Monday about pricing. And then that's when he was like, bro, and he's like, I just got home from work. And he's like lingering, like he's like, this is nails on a chalkboard. That's small talk when I'm trying to do a business deal, you know? It's like, I don't care. Like, you posted a bike and now you're telling me your life story? Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. This is why I block people. And people say that I'm not screwed right, but I don't know about that. Because he was clearly the problem in this business arrangement. He was clearly the problem, but whatever. You know, whatever. I'm good, Rick. How are you? I am good. Y'all, so I went to storage. Clearly, I have a computer. I have clothes. This is not a Stanley. This is a Walmart cup that I got for $12. 13. In the process, though, look what I found. Let me tell you something. So I must have got this iPhone right after I started this channel, or right before. The YouTube channel is set up on an old phone. Well, I ain't been able to find this phone, so I ain't been able to have really control over my channel because I didn't have the main phone. I don't know if any of this makes sense, because it don't make sense to me. But every time I try to go through the phone that I have now to change things on my channel, it tells me to open up this phone. Well,
Nah, that's a bunch of bullshit. I have YouTube on a bunch of phones all signed into my account. on different studio apps too. She's fucking lying. I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but that's not a thing.
I haven't had this damn phone to open up. Something about the Google account.
I'm so gone, by the way. I just overheard that and thought I'd come and tell you guys that. Being a YouTuber and all.
I don't have my life together. It's my fault. Okay. However, I found the phone. I fixed the problem. I'm so happy. Like, seriously, when I was able to sign in, I literally almost cried out of excitement because this has stressed me out for a year and a half. So I didn't want to talk about it because what's the point, you know? But in the process, I noticed that I have all of these freaking phones that are nice. So I don't throw my phone away. I've been keeping my phone since my first flip phone, which was a Virgin Mobile back in 2004. That's when I got my first phone. I was working a job at Sonic, and my parents said that I could get a flip phone to call them to come get me from work. That's the whole point of a phone. So there was no internet on it. There was no fancy touch screen back then. It was a basic 5 minutes. And those minutes, you went through those minutes, honey. If you weren't careful, you'd spend $500 on your phone, okay? If you were irresponsible teenager with a job, you'd spend $300, $400, $500 on a phone because you had to buy the minutes back then. But anyways, I've got this awesome phone, cool Pat. It's
because her only friend was deaf and totally used the phone all the time. Who the fuck was she calling? Sorry, I really need to. I'm almost back. But just keep saying stuff, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Anyways,
actually got it's Android. It's got the fingerprint, and I got it all set up this morning. I got my YouTube signed in. It does not have service, however, it is Boost Mobile. So if I needed to add a line for filming, I could. I also found this one, which is also an Android. I like the Androids because they last longer. The battery. iPhone batteries do not last. This is a Motorola. Also has fingerprint identifier on the side to let me in, as you can see. And you know, it's crazy because most of these phones literally still have the damn home screen on them. I don't know where they come from. I don't know how long I've had them. I don't know why I got so many phones in great condition. I don't know. But, you know, I got another bag of about 16 at the storage. The way I see it, with my supply of cell phones, I should be able to film content for at least the next 10 years with no problems, okay? Now, that does not include the service. That's just the devices to get me through. But, you know what it is? I'll tell you how I got all these nice phones. Every year, Boost Mobile used to give you a free phone. These were free phones. So every 12 months, when I would go into Boost Mobile, they'd say, hey, you ready for your free phone? I did that for about 6 years. They don't do that anymore. Not only do I have these two, but I also have two iPhone 6s that are brand new that came from Boost Mobile as well. That were free phones. Yes, they used to give you a free Apple. You would have to pay an additional maybe $100, but they would give you a free Apple. They would take the cost of one of their free phones and they would apply it towards the Apple and you would pay the difference. Anyways, I grabbed the Androids because those are my favorite, and also needed this one for my content to get into my main account. Maybe now that I have free roam of my own damn page and I can change things and fix things, maybe now things will get easier and I can somehow get those hate channels blocked from stealing my content. It's still going to be a slow process because I am homeless and I don't have
I'm not going anywhere.
Resources to do everything today.
That's another reason I'm back, by the way, is I seen that fucking laptop and I was like, people are going to start speculating. They're going to be like, oh no, URL guy got Steve because she has a laptop. No, fuck that shit. I'm not going anywhere. I'm trying to smoke a bowl.
Yeah. I'm so excited to have those phones. It does suck that they're Boost Mobile because y'all know I'm trying to get away from Boost Mobile, but I just got to do with what I got. You know, I got to do what I can with what I got right now. So that's what I plan to do. You know, one thing I noticed is that these phones work better and quicker. They do. Especially this one. Like, it just comes on so much quicker. And like, look at me. Look at me and my bougie ass back in the day. That's when I lived in that $1 million house. This is the phone that I had, and it literally just works so good. Like, everything that I need it to do, it does it quickly. It turns on quickly. Like, I got Wi-Fi right now, and the battery lasts 4 times what this battery lasts. I'm telling you, they're literally manufacturing these things so that they're worse off. It's in the benefit of them. It's always about money. Don't make no sense. Yeah, this is a nice phone. I wish I could make this my main. I might do that. Well, this was the control. This was the main phone. I can do that. I can switch service from this one to this one. And then, yeah, I can do that. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful. As soon as you know where it was? It was at the bottom of this, you know that like little nightstand that I have? It's like half wood, half teal. We've seen it before. It's the nightstand that matches the bed. It's the only nightstand I have. It was at the very bottom in the very back of the drawer. It had like got pinned up, standing up at the very back next to a whole stack of paperwork and all of this stuff. So I didn't even know it was back there. I had actually ripped the whole drawer out. And when I did, it flopped down on the paperwork. And I was like, holy shit, there it is. Like, I was like, I've been looking everywhere for you. I felt like I'd found a missing child. Like, I've been looking for like 18 months, maybe longer, for that phone. So I don't know where I'll be putting stuff and what be going on, but what are you doing? Nothing much. What? I don't know what's going on, y'all. This is why I stay out the comment section. And I just talk to myself. Y'all hear this raggedy chair? Let me see if I can be quiet. Aww. It sounds like I'm smashing crackers to put in a meatloaf. I'm such a child. Hello. Good afternoon. Y'all, this weather has been crazy. I want to work out tomorrow. I want to go out to the city and work out with y'all. Good day. Hello, big girl. But I don't think we're going to be able to do that because it's supposed to rain all day. No matter where I go, no matter where I look up. Even if I look up like Greensboro, Winston, it's still calling for rain. I was thinking about branching out, maybe getting out to a different city and trying some new parks or maybe some new recreational areas where I can take my bike and hike and work out. But it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to thunderstorm through the state of North Carolina tomorrow. Yeah. And it wasn't supposed to rain this morning, and it rained for like 4 or 5 hours. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I literally checked the weather so that I could schedule a ride to my storage unit when it wasn't raining. And then at 7 a.m., when it's not calling for rain, it starts raining as I'm headed to the storage shed. And the whole time I was at the storage shed, it rained on me. You gotta be kidding me. And it wasn't even calling for rain once again. And then they changed it. By the time I made it to the storage shed, it was a 90% chance of rain until like 11 a.m. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That's how it be. That's how it be. You know, you can't plan for nothing. The moment that you do, it doesn't matter how you plan. It's just going to go all, the fit's going to hit the shan. The more you plan, the more the fit hits the shan. That just now, that's what I was smiling about. Somebody sent me $15 and thank you. I was wondering, I didn't want to, I don't give shout outs because when I do, that puts target on people's back. We've already been down that road last year. So the name that it's under is your real name, and I don't want to say your real name, big guy. Thank you. Definitely use that for food or coffee. Or Band-Aids. Band-Aids! I think so too. Concerned patriot. I think that Madison is a good place. And you know, I've been here for 20-something years. So the only time I leave is when I've moved to Florida, when I've moved to Georgia. When I had my daughter, I moved and we got our own home for 3 years. Like, you know, I moved back to my hometown when I had my daughter, and we had our own home for 3 years. So almost 4. And before the state come in and imploded the home. But I've been in Madison exclusively for over 2 decades. So the only time I've left is, to try my foot somewhere else. But I always end up back here. So I don't know. I don't think it's a bad place. I do think that a lot of the harassment that I get is from the leftovers of society, the losers, the people that are out here drinking and doing drugs. They get hyper fixated on me. They see me out here, and then for some reason, they think that it's a good idea to mess with a triple felon, and they're looking for attention. I guess attention is better than no attention. The people that have been harassing me in Madison are young people. They're all tweens, or older men being perverts, or older women who are not happy with themselves. There's these subcategories of people that I constantly run into, and I think that it's because I can see through them that they come after me. It bothers them that I know who they are without even saying a word, and they can see it in my eyes. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy.
Holy moly, what was this about her having her kid for fucking
it's like
3 years
3
by herself or
subcategories.
whatever?
We got
I can guarantee you, Brooke was never raising any kid by herself without some kind of outside help.
tweens, and that includes teenagers, high schoolers. Do you know how many of those? There's one high school here, right? Do you know how many of those cars that I'll see during the school year are cars that follow me around town? Unbelievable. High schoolers, 20-year-olds, losers who do drugs, that tween category. Then there's the old men that pull up on me trying to be perverts. Then there's the old women that have a problem with me because... So there's like 3 subcategories. Yeah. Ain't that lovely? Ain't that lovely? Yeah, no, most of the people that I've met here have been
I think she's not using tween right.
pretty decent. Hey, Lisa Mahone. Sorry, y'all missed that one. I think high schoolers need to get spanked if they're going to be stalking some woman off the internet. Hey, Maurice. Yeah, that's the problem with these kids nowadays. And we were talking about that on the internet. Wasn't that us this morning, me and one of my followers? Wasn't that y'all? Hold on, let me think. Somebody commented on the lack of empathy and compassion in the upcoming generation, how cruel and heartless they are because of the way that they've been raised. And I have to agree. It's really concerning how the upcoming youth views each other in society. They treat each other like crap. They're disrespectful to each other and to everybody else around them, including themselves. There was a man that was arrested in a burger joint for pushing a kid on the ground that was throwing water on his wife. And, I can tell that kid's never had discipline before. He was completely disrespectful.
The kid is married?
I think he was 16 or maybe 17. His parents had dropped him off at like the burger spot, and then he had met up with some other friends. They're all in there in a booth wreaking havoc on the restaurant. They're being loud. They're throwing water on each other with straws. So just imagine, let me paint the scene. You got 4 teenage boys, hellions, in a booth on this side. Then you got another 4 teenage hellions, boys, on this side. So you got 8 hellions stuffed into a booth, horse playing, throwing water, being completely disrespectful to everyone in the establishment.
You know that, there's other places where kids are, shooting each other, right? With guns and doing drugs and stuff, like how you used to? Like how you used to on a strip club and someone got shot in the fucking parking lot? Who gives a shit if they're fucking, playing with water?
And they met their match that day. One of the customers said, "Hey, stop throwing water. You're throwing water on my wife." And that teenage boy popped off at the mouth. And then he was on ground. And then that lovely, lovely citizen was arrested. I just, all of this could have been avoided if what? If the parents of those children were responsible for their children instead of making their children the responsibility of the restaurant. This has become a huge problem in recent years. Places such as McDonald's actually have an age limit on how old you have to be to even come into some of their establishments throughout the United States. I agree with this. I am actually on the side of the businesses with this. It is not the business's responsibility to raise your hellions. There has been times that I've pulled up to restaurants and noticed so many teenagers either lingering on the front stoop of the restaurant or inside of the establishment, and I will go elsewhere.
It's like the queen of loitering. Come on, come the fuck on. And that's unfortunate that Buddy's wife had water splashed on her. They could have just left. 8 kids. Kids are like a pack of little wolves. They're gonna think they can take it. And then there's an altercation. That's just silly. You don't fight kids. So, I don't know, Brooke, you do a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. You scream at people for playing music and run them off of a storefront's property and pizza lady and say, oh, that's the other place she's banned, the pizza shop. I gotta add that in my my thingamabob.
Y'all ain't about to get me up in some shit because your parents didn't raise you right. I'm here to tell you, though, my grandma one time snatched up this little boy in the neighborhood and spanked his ass in front of the entire apartment complex. How she did not go to jail for that this day, I still do not know. He was a bully. He was bullying one of my siblings, one of my younger brothers, and my grandmother had done...
Why are the Clarks always getting bullied? Is the real question. What are they doing to have the kids be like, you know what? I think we got to intervene. Obviously, the adults aren't doing enough here.
Been to his mother's house several times to talk about how this child was a bully. All I remember is either one of my siblings got hit or he was crying. Something set my grandma the absolute hell. All I remember is her coming down the stairs. I remember her picking the kid up. I remember her doing one of them half leg up, where you go like this. You lay something on your leg. I remember her doing a half leg up, bending that little boy over, and wearing his ass out. And I remember when I was standing under this tree, I know exactly where we were. It was like yesterday. I remember directly where I was standing. I could look up out into the apartment complex, all of these buildings around me, and there was other neighbors standing on their balconies watching her do this.
I like how she has her phones all organized in a nice little pattern here. Oh, you guys can't really see that. I guess you can. Hold on.
He was no longer a bully after that. We never had a problem after that.
A little maze.
I don't understand how she didn't go to jail, but she didn't. She sure didn't. I guess it was a different time. Grandma Millie didn't play. I bet he's sitting somewhere telling people, I got beat by a neighbor when I was a child and my parents did nothing. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody tried to help me. The whole neighborhood laughed. They did.
Imagine hearing this. You're just in your living room. You hear this lady yelling in your closet. Saying shit like this.
He wreaked havoc on the entire neighborhood. Do you know how bad of a child you have to have for adults to be laughing at another adult beating the hell out of a child that's not even theirs? He was a nuisance to the
Randy's just trying to watch fucking Frasier or something.
Entire neighborhood. A little thief, a little hellion. I mean, everything that you could think of that could be nefarious, this child would get himself into. He was the neighborhood problem by choice. And he, at this age, he's 10, 12 years old. He's at the age to know better. But he was one of the children that would be out in the streets till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with no parents caring about his whereabouts. It's really sad. I mean, it's really sad. I look back now and I can see why he was behaving the way that he was. He had no guidance. He had no parents, He was essentially raising himself, and it showed. Yeah, Grandma Millie was crazy, y'all. I'm telling you. Absolutely crazy. Her and Mama both. Mama slapped the teacher one time. I said, Lord have mercy. And she didn't go to jail for that either. And she didn't slap her in the face. She slapped her on the hand because the teacher was literally holding me so hard and would not let me go and was shaking me like a rag doll in front of my mother. And my mother popped. And the teacher let me go and my mother yoked me. And then she removed me out of that school after that and put me elsewhere. So things was different back then. I miss those days. Can we take it back to that? For real. Can we take it? No, I'm joking. I don't want people out here spanking other people's children, but can we take it back to a place of discipline where you can defend yourself and stand up for your children without the risk of going to jail? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy out here.
When did the foster system come into play? After how many
They
school
hanging out at the Target, riding the
placements?
motor, handicap chairs, racing in the stores. You want to? I'll race you. I'd love to. If I ever get arrested again, it's for something like that. What was she doing? She was drunk at a Target at 2 a.m. racing. Racing what? A handicap scooter. Seriously. Yeah. Absolutely. Raise your own children so society don't have to. Did y'all see? I know we ain't supposed to be talking news, but I want to talk about this little boy because it breaks my heart.
Drinking is bad.
Well, he was 18. Out of Florida, they found his body in a retention pond after he hung out with some cousins that he had never met before. So let me start from the beginning. This boy was 18. His mama decided to take him on vacation to Florida, I do believe. Hold on. Yes. This is just so sad, y'all. I'm so sick of these young people dying. Oh, as soon as I saw a picture of him, I said, I got to talk about him, this lovely family. So the son's in the middle. He's the one that's deceased. His mother, and that appears to be potentially his father. So they all went on vacation to Florida to see family and relatives. You can see him on the boat here.
That's something she's really into today, is finding horrible people and then going on about how hot they are, and she just can't grasp that hot people can commit crimes. It's like really, I don't know. She keeps doing that today, so we might run into that in this stream if you didn't catch the first stream.
Like, he looked like he was really enjoying his time in Florida. Like, he looked like he was made for Florida. Hold on, I'm gonna show you a picture in a minute. He's got on American hat and stuff, and another picture I have of him wearing Carhartt. He looks like a Floridian, honey. Okay? Look at that big old beautiful white smile. They don't know what happened. So essentially, all of the family met in this one part of Florida. There was family members he had never met before. He had some cousins that or a cousin that had friends hanging out with him. So it was a car full of people. So it was the cousin, and then I think 2 other suspects. I'm calling them suspects. 2 other suspects. So we have the cousin and 2 of his friends, and then the one guy from another state that come to Florida to visit the family. The cousin says, hey, why don't you come hang out with us, cuz? These cousins never met before. The mother allowed her 18-year-old son, the mother said, yeah, go hang out with your cousin. He was never seen again until they found his body in a retention pond.
I think she's on coffee and or tea.
They don't know what happened.
That's a tea mug.
The suspects have said that all of a sudden he got erratic. He jumped out of the car. He was taking his clothes off. He just got erratic and took off. Is that what we're going with? Let's see if there's an update. Now, could that be true? It could if there were drugs involved. I'm wondering, and this is so hypothetical, I'm wondering if this cousin and his friends got this 18-year-old boy mixed up into something nefarious. Gave him drugs, gave him fentanyl, methamphetamine, something like that. Now, if that's the case, they'll be able to do a toxicology on this kid and figure everything out. And these people would be arrested for that because this kid died. So, and they can charge you with the death of a person for distributing a controlled substance to said person. You know, if I'm a heroin dealer and I sell you heroin and you go and die, I can be charged with your murder now. And thank God for that. Thank God. But the math ain't mathing, and if it don't make sense, then y'all know that it ain't true. And I just want to be clear that these are all children. I understand that they're 18 years of age, but psychologically they're not. They're psychologically still children. So sad. I feel horrible for the mother. I mean, I really do.
Just text.
So he's actually from North Carolina. I guess that explains the American flag hat and the Carhartt. This guy was originally from North Carolina, him and his family, and they went to Florida for vacation to see their extended family. This is coming up. Family seeks justice. This was just posted this afternoon. Family seeks justice after missing North Carolina teen is found in a Florida pond. This is out of Brevard County. The family of the 18-year-old
Is her thing frozen? What's going
Bonnie,
on? Oh, damn, it is.
Pelletier is searching for answers after the North Carolina teen was found dead in Manatee County Pond earlier this month. They still trying to confirm the identity. Can we get the SBI out there? Because they don't know what the hell they're doing. If they have not identified...
The SBI. So the SBI is the State Bureau of Investigation, for anyone who doesn't know. I didn't know until Brooke said that she was interrogated by them after she stabbed those two ladies. And woke up after almost dying because she OD'd on Xanax and something. But, yeah, she's always like, the SBI this, the SBI that. Not the Federal Bureau, but the State Bureau of Investigation. Which I never hear get involved in anything else except the thing Brooke was doing.
Identified the body that they found in the river by now, then they don't know how to do their damn job. Jesus Christ. Detectives and the medical examiner found no signs of foul play during the autopsy. The cause of death remains undetermined. They don't know. They're botching this fucking case. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. They're botching this case. They're botching this case. They're botching this case. Toxicology results could take several weeks. They're botching this case.
Put me in, coach.
He was last
This is where you say, put me in, coach.
seen on August 1st after relatives picked him up in Central Florida to take him to Brevard. Along the way, they say that he began acting erratically and left the vehicle in Manatee County. According to Giovanni's family, his mother's best friend later found his body. That's suspicious. They're botching this case. Detectives returned to the pond Tuesday.
Guys, I think they're botching the case.
Let me get this straight. So y'all found his body. A relative found his body on Monday night, and y'all waited till Tuesday morning to get out there and get the body. Okay. Detectives returned to the pond on Tuesday with their dive team searching for anything that might be connected to the case. Oh, so they did get his body out on Monday. It's unclear. The media sucks. It don't make sense. This whole case don't make sense. And why do you start an autopsy on somebody that you haven't properly identified?
I heard her say earlier, too, she's like, how do journalists find out anything? Why is everything so hard to find? It's like they're out there, like they're actually trying to do research. They're not just Googling something. It's like clicking on the first 5 results and then basing everything off of that. You know what I mean? Like they're actually going out and talking to people and finding out where the information is and trying to extract it. And Brooke is like, how could people be a journalist? What did she just say? I don't know. I have a short-term memory loss, but something to the same effect. But otherwise, what was it? Now I need to know. Hold on.
It don't make sense. This whole case don't make sense.
Oh, the police case. She can't figure out why she can't solve the police case. That's just based off of the news article she's reading.
And why do you start an autopsy on somebody that you haven't properly identified? I'm sorry, I'm not a medical examiner. I was not a smart woman. Maybe there's something I don't know, you know. Maybe I'm not, you know, maybe I'm just reading it wrong. It's me. It's me. So let's see here. Finally, me too, yes! The family of the North Carolina teen who was found dead after going missing while on vacation in Florida is calling on the FBI to get involved in the case, and I agree because they've already botched it. Mama Bear, get him, Mama Bear. Read the article and tell that they're botching this freaking case. He happened to be in Florida to support his mother because her mother had recently had a stroke. So his grandmother had a stroke. They had drove to Florida from North Carolina to visit his mother's mother.
His mother's mother.
So it looks like they were actually out doing a search party for him. And the mother's friend had joined the search and was devastated when they made the discovery. So this was not a singular person from the family that made the discovery. This was during a search party search that they found his body in the retention pond. When they said that a friend of the family found it, I was like, that's sketchy. How did he know? Do you know how big Manatee County is? It's huge. How would he know where in Manatee County to even look for the body unless he put it there, is my point, you know? So, but now context is everything. So they had on-foot searches. The family has started an online petition asking the FBI to investigate because of what they call a lack of urgency displayed by local law enforcement. Amen. They haven't even, they're saying that they haven't even properly identified the body. They also said that there was no law enforcement personnel out searching when the body was found. Okay, never mind. There was a search party, but the search party did not have local law enforcement in it.
But that's not the right one. Where is the right
medical
one?
Examiner. I agree. I agree. So he was found about a half mile from where his backpack and phone were left.
It whips the video.
The family said that if the search had been done more carefully at first, that they might have found him sooner.
Thumbnails.
The family said that he was with one of his cousins when he disappeared and that he was a strong swimmer. He also texted his mother help before disappearing. How sad. So the initial autopsies showed no signs of trauma or foul play. The cause and manner of death are still pending toxicology results and further investigation. The medical examiner has not yet confirmed the body's identity because of the advanced decomposition. We can't match DNA.
It makes sense, yeah.
We can't match DNA. We can't do genetics.
Caleb?
Hey, don't we have genealogy? Can we not match the mother to the son?
Mamma
like,
mia,
I'm not a
indeed.
crime scene specialist or a forensic expert, but like, there's nothing we can do because of the state of decomposition. Lazy. They said that the body was in the pond several days before it floated to the surface.
Brooke should go to, like, what is that, police academy? Police school?
This case don't make no sense to me, y'all. Unfortunately, we can't tell if he died by drowning because of the state of composition and his erratic behavior, allegedly, you know, from the witnesses, his cousin and his cousin's two friends. I'm really wondering if they gave him some kind of drug. They said he jumped out of the car. He started acting erratic. He was running around. Where his body was found, all of his personal effects were strewn about. His book bag, his cell phones, they were feet from each other. It was, all his stuff was strewn about. I'm wondering if somebody gave him some drugs, y'all. I really do. I'm waiting on that toxicology. I'm wondering if somebody gave him some drugs. And, you know, psychosis is a real thing. Not to mention, you really don't know what's going to happen to you when you take these substances such as mushrooms, acid, methamphetamine, speed, you know, stuff like that. You don't know. And not only that, but it's gotten so dangerous out here because they mix stuff nowadays. You might buy fentanyl that has cocaine in it.
It's 1.25 speed.
You might buy fentanyl that has Xanax in it. You might buy fentanyl that has horse tranquilizer. You might buy fentanyl that ain't got no fentanyl at all.
Fentanyl. No.
I really hope that he doesn't have drugs
Sorry,
in his
called
system.
fentanyl. Never mind.
It's really one of the few explanations in this case that would make sense. Unless, you know, Lord forbid his cousin and his cousin's friends actually like drowned him in the pond, or, you know, I don't know. And in that case, I'm sure investigators will find out and people will be arrested. But it's a really weird case, and it's really sad because he looked like such a happy kid that was really just going with the flow and enjoying life. Him and his mother had such a close relationship too. He was being raised right, and you can tell that. And it's so sad. It really is. He was a beautiful kid with a beautiful smile and a beautiful heart. And it's just so unfortunate and mysterious. I really hope that drugs didn't play. Well, I don't know. Would I rather him have been given some drugs and wigged out and accidentally drowned, or would the alternative of his friends and his cousin killing him be better? I don't know.
Mysterious.
He deserves justice, and the truth deserves to come out because he deserves to rest in peace. And God, his poor mama, his family adored him.
Nah, I don't think she's at a hotel.
It's extremely sad. Where's my vape? Oh, there it is. I'm sitting on it.
I'm not super familiar with the whole layout of Randy's place. I've seen some people say it's his laundry room. That could be a thing. I thought this was a hallway that gets narrower. This is a corner though. I'm just realizing. So like that's why the walls just keep going in like that. She said she's in a closet. I don't think she's in a bathroom. She might be though, like maybe just because of the tile floor and the like. There's like a bath mat down there, so it's either the laundry room. This would be a weird closet. Like there's a thing up here too, the shadow. So if it's not a bathroom, I don't think. I Like only a laundry room would have like a thing up here to put like detergent and stuff on, and like have tile floor, and maybe a bath mat if Brooke's gonna be doing her fucking show in here. Like this would be. I can't remember the other thing.
I just ignore people, y'all. I really do. People, they don't have a dream of their own, and so they try to crush everybody else's dreams.
What? Who would want to crush Brooke's dreams? I don't even know what Brooke's dreams are.
I'm hungry. I wonder what I got to eat. Bully them to death? Probably. I don't know. Haze them and down. No clue.
Dream.
So the mother even says that she doesn't know these characters that he went to go hang out with. I personally do not know these boys at all, so I cannot comment on their character. So they have sent off stuff for forensic testing to positively identify him. Yeah. And the toxicology. Happened near me. Oh, Cole Thompson.
Oh, I forgot that.
Was he on the Dan
What do you
River?
think I can do? Oh well. It's bored.
Benson. The NC SBI has a thing out for him. Oh.
Part 2.
Oh, how sad. Christopher Cole Thomas. Missing person. 11/25/2016. Out of Johnston County. How weird. On November 24th of 2016, Christopher Cole Thomas and 2 co-workers took a trip from Minnesota to North Carolina. On Cole's return to Minnesota, he and his co-workers stopped in Benson, North Carolina. Cole was last seen during the early morning hours of November 25th, 2016, near the intersection of East Morgan Street and North Elm Street in Benson. At the time of Cole's disappearance, he was wearing a baseball cap, blue t-shirt, black long sleeves, and a dark colored pants. Cole has brown hair, blonde hair.
Really? I didn't even know that. Did I know that? Sluggo's girl would be so disappointed if she told me that, and I forgot. I didn't know Randy's wife is no longer with us. That's sad.
Brown blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'1", and weighs about 200 pounds. He also has a tribal style
That might add some insight as to why Randy does the things he does.
tattoo on his left chest and shoulder. That's all it says. But
She's in timeout. No more Camp Brooke. Camp Brooke got too crazy, alright? Her reliability. You gotta shut it down. Go sit in the corner, think about your actions.
Hey, Haley. Oh, God. There's drugs involved. That's never good. That, you know,
I think she meant when Brooke was talking about her ex, his new girl coming to us. I shouldn't say that on YouTube. Doing that was the dude in the $1 million house, who I'm pretty sure is Virginia guy, who I'm also pretty sure is the dude who she owned the strip club with. I guess I don't even know why. She was with the guy and he owned the strip club. She didn't own a fucking strip club. Where that other guy was shot. I think that's what she was talking about. That's my understanding.
Yeah. It's going to heighten your chances of going missing. Thomas was last seen in Benson, North Carolina on November 25th of 2016. He and 2 co-workers had traveled from Minnesota to North Carolina, and they were on their way back when Thomas disappeared. According to his companions, they stopped in Benson to do a, quote, big drug deal. Afterwards, Thomas became paranoid and began driving erratically. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, let's see.
Some scary shit. He pulled over and stopped at the intersection of Elm Street and Morgan Street at 3 a.m., got out and ran away.
That's mean.
One of his co-workers went looking for him and returned an hour and a half later without him. Thomas has never been heard from again. His family said that they were shocked to hear that he had been involved in a drug deal and that he had been in touch with them by text shortly before he disappeared, and everything seemed
Oh
normal
my
at the time.
goodness.
Ooh, what is this? They charged people. They charged people with his concealment of death. Hold on. They think it was a police somebody. He wasn't a drug. We're driving his vehicle after he went missing.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought that like maybe Nasreen and Brooke would make me ponder more stuff about her lore or anything, but I really didn't. I just didn't even fucking think about her that much. Like, maybe as an extension of like code, you know what I mean? Like I was coding that fucking the user script, so like, and I was using Brooke's videos as a means to like test on, because that's like all I've been making content on lately. But like other than that, yeah, I don't know. I never really. I think Brooke just like throws too much at you, and you get overload, and then you go to sleep, and then she's back at it again, and it's just like too much to really ponder anything else. So I never even really thought about like a family dynamic or like fucking Randy's wife or anything like that.
17, 4 men were,
or if anyone mentioned it in the past, I like it deleted in my memory.
Charged with the concealment of a death and Thomas's disappearance. Jeremy Bryan Carpenter, Rudolph D. Leon Jr., Anthony Riddle James Jr., and Julian Bowles Jr., all of them except D. Leon, were also charged with obstruction of justice in the case. Valleys and Carpenters were the other two co-workers who were with Thomas at the time of his disappearance. In September of 2019, all the charges against the suspects were dropped. They ain't
Because I know that Randy's son lives down the road, but I also thought that his ex-wife or wife lived down the road as well. But maybe it's just her son.
got no evidence.
Or his son.
I mean, there's nothing. They have no body. All they have is these men's stories. You can't charge them with concealing a body when you don't have any proof that they concealed a body.
Nah, she's not in the storage unit. I mean, like, we've seen the storage unit a bunch. It's really messy. It's super messy. It's in like this metal looking thing, like, and I don't think the lighting's that adequate. Yeah, I don't think this is a storage unit.
So that's why the charges were dropped. The prosecution said they did it in order to avoid compromising a possible future prosecution for homicide. No, you did it because you ain't got no damn evidence. So it looks like Thomas Cole had attended the University of Florida, studied sports medicine, and then decided to become an electrician. In October of 2016, 1 month before he went missing, he had moved from his hometown of Live Oak, Florida, to Minnesota to start an apprenticeship in the field. You know what comes hand in hand with blue-collar work? Methamphetamine use.
The chairs from the cucumber video?
Construction, electricians, carpenters, all lines, especially third shift workers. This case remains
I'm going to show the news piece at the 6 p.m. one. Probably. I mean, yeah, when we do the catch-up stuff. Because it's like, it's already out there anyways.
Solved and foul play is suspected. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Let's see here. I want to see what else they have on him.
Who's the channel that mocks her that's bigger than her?
Hold on. Here's another episode. Please don't be a podcast. And they never found the body. Well, if what his friends are saying is true, then he couldn't have gone too far. His bones are around there somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, have they ever did a proper search of Benson where he was last seen? Hold on one second.
Man?
It said Elm Street, right?
No.
Street, Benson.
No, I mean,
Benson.
like, Brooke's been beating us lately. And she always gets more views per video. And she always, she has, like, way more subs. Done a proper search. She's like 8 times more subs. Her subs.
Hold on 1 second. Now I can't find the address.
I don't know why I automated that. Yeah, I don't know. I think Brooke is the more successful streamer. He's a very polarizing individual, you know?
North Elm. Okay. North.
Oh yeah, Tony's crazy. We gotta catch up on Tony too. I haven't been looking at Tony.
Morgan. Benson. NC. See, okay, I got it right here. So this is actually the downtown area where he went missing. And as you can see, there's lots of cities, buildings there. I wonder if they've ever done a proper search in this area of his body. Because if what these people he was traveling with is true, they've already admitted that they were there to do a drug deal. And even though he has no history of drug use, you are who you hang around. He was also just moving from Florida to Minnesota. He wouldn't have left Minnesota to come to North Carolina to complete a drug deal if he wasn't involved in it. Sorry, I don't mean to break any heart. I'm not trying to be cold, but I think he absolutely had a history of drug use. I think that he was coming out here to buy and sell drugs and do drugs, and he probably got a bad batch of something, as his friend said, jumped out of the car, went off running, probably injured himself, and his bones are probably laying somewhere downtown.
She reminds me of like Zach Bagans, but for like crime. Zach Bagans is like, this is what probably happened, and the ghosts are talking to us like this. Whoa, and then that's like Brooke, but with crime. I don't know, I was watching a lot of Ghost Adventures too.
And look at all of this wooded area around where he would have hid if he was methed out of his mind, losing his mind. So, in my opinion, his body's probably somewhere around there. But also, you are who you hang around. The fact that his passengers admitted that they got him to drive out here for a drug deal is very telling. I don't think they did anything to him. I really don't. I think he probably, he probably either did too many drugs or got a bad batch. I don't know. I don't know why people go into psychosis. I just know that it's a thing.
Bunch of my old edited videos.
I think it's a thing.
Back when I cared. I'm really trying to get back. I can't even edit a short these days. I'm just like, my body physically won't let me. It's crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. I need better discipline.
Many layers, yeah. Well, I wonder if they've ever done a proper search.
Just got her leg up on this weird fucking metal thing. That can't be comfortable. Kind of indents.
So his coworkers did lie. So that leads me to believe that they actually may have done something to him, because investigators grew suspicious of Cole's coworkers' stories. It didn't make sense that Cole would just left his vehicle and just disappeared in the area that he went missing. The fact that they lied, it shows that they're capable of lying at the very least. I don't know. That is weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have a list of Brooke videos I gotta edit. I don't know. The one of them got 4,000 views. That's not like
so
gangbusters or anything.
I feel bad for his family.
And the people that I value most in my life
I bet it is.
hate the Brooke shit, so I know it's not gonna give me any points with them. So it's like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of incentive to. Or I might just be using that as an excuse not to edit. I should just edit them. I just gotta get them out of the way. We can do it. We can do it.
People are so dumb. The reason I just block them is because they're always on go.
I knocked Planet Fitness video out, I think, less than 24 hours from start to finish.
The last place he was, surely that's where the search should have started. That's where we would start, is the last place that the person was seen. So surely they started on Elm Street, and they probably have maps making their way out, searching everywhere behind buildings and trees, like, bushland and stuff. I don't know. Law enforcement. Why would they cover it up? Are they in on selling the drugs? I'm confused.
Did block someone from the Tony chat yesterday for harassing you? What Tony chat? On his live chat? Like on Tony's live chat? Who are they? Do we gotta go get them?
What? Yo, I was looking up Charles Fagart.
What? What is it, Brooke? What is
They
it?
done killed another inmate in Jacksonville.
Uh-oh.
I was going to look up any kind of update for Charles Fagart. If you don't know who Charles Fagart is, he was an inmate that was killed at the beginning of the year by officers at the Jacksonville County Jail. They tried to say that he'd done all of this horrible stuff to himself, and there's no way. He was literally black and blue. He had blunt force trauma to the head. There was, I do believe, that might have been Robert Brooks. Hold on, and I'll tell you. But there's another inmate yesterday that passed away at the hospital from the same jail.
She's doing a rave dance.
David Wayne King, 41, was found unresponsive in his cell at the Duval County Jail Thursday,
Tony's been crazy
where he remained
lately?
until his death. Detectives are said to be investigating the circumstances leading up to his death. There are no reported uses of force against King by either staff or inmates. He was arrested in March for drug possession. The report actually lists him as being physically disabled. So it looks like they're doing an autopsy. Investigation underway after Jacksonville inmate dies at the hospital.
I don't think so. I think she's just been chilling. Chilling at home.
Holy shit, here's another one. What the
Chilling
hell?
at her
And
registered
this is
address
after
of
that guy in
residence.
Jacksonville punched in the face at that traffic stop. Remember that? He deserved that punch, though. He was being an idiot. He deserved every bit of that punch. Inmate 30 dies in JSO custody after suffering medical emergency ahead of court appearance. A man who was in the custody of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office died in the hospital Wednesday after experiencing a medical emergency. They said he began showing signs of distress. Okay, so they don't know. The cause of death has not been revealed pending the results of an autopsy. So it sounds like he had a medical emergency. He did die. Jamin Wynn. So all I see is that those 9 officers were suspended. I have no idea.
It's not good. People dying of drugs.
So yeah, they said that they put him in
jail.
a restraint chair and that he caused all of these injuries to himself.
There's like nothing
It's
else
so
to do in
far-fetched, it's
jail, man.
laughable.
What are you
For
gonna
those
do
that
in
don't know,
jail?
a restraint
other
chair, he
than
wouldn't be able to
drugs?
move his arms or legs or anything. This article will not come up.
Maybe get 2 degrees in jail? Maybe.
I get so sick of this. Let's see if this one works better.
I think the guy in the Facebook post said that, supposedly. The man. I wonder if it's the same man
Charles.
that I thought it was, but couldn't verify for sure. Guess we'll find out. Find out today. I might have to go get Tylenol. Which is insane. I never take Tylenol. Or Advil.
Looking for an update. Okay, so this is the conclusion to the investigation, it looks like. It was posted last month. This still ain't coming up. Old phone, new phone.
Yeah, you gotta
How
switch
does the old phone work?
You gotta switch the 5G off. You gotta turn the 5G auto shit off. It's like trying to connect to a tower. That's not good. I taught her how to fix that. She did it once, and now she doesn't remember or something. I don't fucking know. It's Brooke. She's not that bright.
But the new phone don't.
Or
I'm
she's
going
not
back to all
connected to
my old
Wi-Fi. I have no fucking no clue.
phones. I'm so done with 5G. So done.
It's a Brooke problem, though.
All right. So this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office internal investigation and the officers that were involved in the incident that killed Charles Fagart. They're waiting. JSO is now waiting on the state attorney's offices to complete its investigations. They're waiting to decide whether to prosecute or not to prosecute. At this time, they're not trying to share any information about the investigation. Fagart died on April 10th after an incident left him critically injured at the Duval County Jail. He was a beloved father and a well-known local chef. And the reason he was in jail was for some petty bullcrap domestic disturbance between him and his wife. Criminal mischief and simple assault. And I don't think that simple assault was against his wife, but I could be wrong. 9 officers were reassigned after they were connected to the case, and they are currently subject to investigation. JSO released a redacted version of the incident report on April 14th, and the exact circumstances that led to his death.
Tony's in love with Amber Lee.
The exact circumstances that led to his death remain unclear.
He was
that
crying.
retracted report we've read on here before, and every other word is blacked out.
Redacted.
The jail incident report from the incident that led to Fagart's death claimed that he told jail officials he was on fentanyl. You know, the problem with that is his drug tests come back clean. Those officers lied. They said, yeah, he told us that he was on drugs. And it wasn't just one of them. It was 2 or 3 different officers in their incident reports alluded to him potentially being on drugs and him admitting that he was on drugs, and it was all lies.
Maybe he said that so they would take his complaint seriously? I don't know. Maybe they don't give a fuck unless you were on the brink of death. So he was like, I took fentanyl. So they're like, oh shit. Oh shit, let's get him. You would need Narcan. So I don't know why he would say that unless he was actually on fentanyl. Maybe he thought he took fentanyl and he took something else because it's jail. Right? I don't know what fentanyl looks like. Would you be able to be tricked into taking something that wasn't fentanyl? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But neither does Brooke.
No, you're right, Holly. None of those people know me. They've never met me in their lives. Not one of them has ever had a conversation with me in real life.
I don't know why that's like...
How do you become so hyper-fixated on someone you've never met?
Why is that the barrier of entry? So if the bank lady started a channel, all of her criticism would be valid because she had a conversation with Brooke that we all saw publicly. Like, I don't get the point of this.
I think it goes to show that these mental health problems are much worse than what we think.
Like, when somebody makes a documentary on another individual, do you think, like, when they start the documentary and they start researching them, that they've had a conversation with said person before? Like, it's not a necessity. It's not a criteria. I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid to be, that's the deflection.
Let's see here.
Like, if I had a conversation with her, it would go well anyways. So you know what I mean? It wouldn't get anywhere. Probably make her look worse, to be honest. It's usually how those things go. Really deep in thought. Are we behind? A little bit.
Where's the state's office?
Something's processing. Processing. And processing?
Yeah, they're not releasing it.
Processing?
Why? Y'all got, look, this phone's still thinking. I done been to like 4 different websites. Is this one still thinking? State's attorney says that the autopsy won't be released. How convenient for them. We need laws on the books. Anytime there's an inmate killed in police custody, that autopsy is to be released no matter what. It needs to be a law. Needs to be a law. Anytime an inmate or someone that's been arrested is in police, state, DOC custody, if they die in DOC custody, that autopsy is public information immediately. The fact that the court can seal that and not release it is very telling. How convenient for them. Let's not forget that prosecutors are on the same side as law enforcement. Prosecutors will be corrupt for law enforcement if need be. They're on the same side. How convenient. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything that's changed. I don't see I was hoping to see that those officers were arrested. They were fired, but nothing happened.
The local news Facebook made a post about her.
Damn it. I'm dribbling everywhere. Always make a mess.
But not like
God.
how James is on the news. You know how James is on the news?
Inappropriate questions are going to be blocked.
And it was like, boom, boom. Tonight at 5 with DJ Electra, James Soroka was starting a cult.
I've just gotten to the point to where
Pretty much what it was
I'm
like.
just
It
going
was
to get on
pretty
here every
crazy.
day like, hey, I'm Brooke. I'm still homeless. Hey, I'm Brooke. I'm still homeless. Like, people are ridiculous. They're like, oh, she's drinking water. She's not homeless anymore.
Sometimes you need electrolytes, you know? I think that's what electrolytes are. Steak and salt.
It's wild. It is wild. All of it. Everything. Everybody.
You can use a lemon. A lemon is an electrolyte. You put I don't know the metals, but you put one metal in the lemon as the anode, and the other metal in the lemon as the cathode, and then the lemon's the electrolyte, and then you, bam, you can
I'm
light
doing well, Paul. How are you?
like an LED or some shit. I don't know if I know.
Am I going to block some of my own followers that, like...
Short stack. How's it going, short stack? Hey, flower.
My home is with Jesus too, Russell. I hear that. Hunky dory. Thanks for asking.
Are you there, God? It's me, Jesus. I don't get dehydrated, you guys. That's funny.
What is this? What is this? Let me just start. North Carolina schools are revising their grading
Probably
policies
need a
to eliminate
salad.
failing grades solely based on attendance, marking a significant shift in response to a rise in absenteeism. You've probably heard an F for failing grade on a report card, but you might not have heard of an FF. The ambiguous letter grade was often used to denote a student who had performed poorly and had attendance issues, but that's no longer the case starting this school year.
Should we stream for deaf people in super high definition? I don't know why I'm asking this now, it just popped into my head. Because I noticed this in the settings, I guess, the other day, and then I forgot about it until now. So I could have closed captioned for deaf people, so like it would transcribe my voice as I'm speaking, and then it would also do like subtitles in real time, basically. And then I could also, I don't know why we want to do this, but stream in 4K. We'll probably not do that. We'll probably just keep it in 1080p. But the handoff is the latency would go up, which means like it would be a little bit more of a delay. But really, does that really matter? Does it matter too much? I mean, some people like, I don't know, being right there when Brooke is live. At the moment in time, they'll be like, you're so far behind. We're probably getting behind right now. But I don't know. I was thinking about it. That'd probably increase views, and then deaf people would know about Brooke, and maybe Brooke's deaf friends, if they exist, could maybe find the stream.
What? So what does this mean? Does this mean that we just gonna let them miss as much school as they want without any consequences? Let's see. I have on a nicotine patch. The current policy reads, FF may only be used for a student who does not have a passing grade based on content and also has significant absence. However, the State Board of Education is now mulling over additional language to make it abundantly clear for schools and districts across the state. So they can't fail a student for attendance now. In North Carolina, 25% of students, of K-12 students, fit that definition during the 23-24 year. They missed school. 25% missed. They were absentees.
Well, you could turn the captions off. It would be like YouTube captions. So I'm just thinking like it would put us in an algorithm for people who only watch streams with captions because they're deaf. Do deaf people I'm sure deaf people use social media. They're just like you and me, but deaf, right?
They missed 10% or more of school days in a year. 25% of students missed 10 or more school days in a year last year. Data shows an increase in chronic absenteeism since COVID. Despite slight declines in 23 and 24, numbers are still not where they were before the pandemic. American Indian and Black students tend to have the highest rate of chronic absenteeism. Once in high school, chronically absent students are less likely to graduate and less likely to attend college. So they can't fail them for missing school now. But what does that mean going further, as far as... So in retrospect, now we're going to have a whole bunch of kids that just miss school and think that they...
Well, Brooke says that this is her workspace, which is a closet, she says. People think it's Randy's laundry room, which I'm probably leaning more towards. But it also looks like a bathroom, so that's why the thumbnail's like that.
They can just do their classwork and not show up to school at all? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh. Yay, more people out. California, hello. Hey, Janie. Yeah, Janie, that's a good idea. I should just make a banner with my face that says still homeless. And when I'm no longer homeless, then I'll take that banner down. You're brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant. I'm working on it. In my head, what is it going to look like? What color can it be? How can I do this? I'm on it. Thank you. I really should. That's crazy.
She said,
looks like
I
North
forgot
Carolina's
about
getting
that. I'm supposed to be looking at apparently in the cucumber video, she was squeaking around on this chair. And it's the same chair as the one in cucumber video. So let me find that.
Oh, wow. The first one's going to be in Wilmington. Wilmington. Who is this? When is this from? August 13th, 2025. Missing North Carolina woman found in a toolbox, dead. Georgia man Zachary William Ramney, 35, is charged with the murder for the death of Candace Aufrecht, 41, who was reported missing back in March of 23. This is out of Lincoln County, North Carolina. An autopsy has revealed more details about the death of a missing woman from Lincolnton. The remains of Candace were found February near Dallas, North Carolina. She was missing in March of 23. Her remains were found in a large toolbox wrapped in a blue tarp. The toolbox was left in the woods about 37 feet from US 351 North, according to the autopsy. The autopsy states identified through dental records. An investigation led to the arrest of Zachary William Ramney, 35, of Blairsville, Georgia, for her death. He is charged with the murder in Lincoln County and concealment of a death in Gaston County. He's being held without bond in the Gaston County jail. Her husband, William. Candace, what? I gotta know more. What is she doing out here in the streets with a 35-year-old man when she got a husband at home? Girl, I'm not judging. I'm just being inquisitive. Her husband, William, spoke to the WCNC Charlotte in April after the identification happened, saying that he wants to continue to seek justice and clarity on his murder. He describes how his world came to a halt when Candace went missing. It sounds like she had a loving husband too. Girl, what are you doing? Listen, I'm not victim blaming. I'm just curious. Like, She was 41, married, and the man that killed her was 35. Her husband goes on to say, this has affected his life, everything, his job, his sleep, everything. You can't even think. The couple first met in high school. Y'all almost start crying. I can't. They first met in high school. Oh, and they reconnected years later in 2015. She was everything to me, he said. 2 years to the day after reconnecting, they got married. He says she smiled all the time. She never met a stranger. She'd make friends with anybody. Oh, they were separated. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. All right. Though the couple was separated at the time of her disappearance, William said he never stopped searching for her. He still wears his wedding ring close to his heart and traveled frequently from Charleston to Lincoln County. Y'all, why do I feel like this woman left him and he did not want this relationship?
I can't find
to be
the
over
chair, but there's that fucking...
I mean, if he didn't love her, he wouldn't be out in these streets still wearing his marriage ring looking for her.
Kind of thing. This is Randy's washer.
He says, I would take trips from Charleston all the way up here for a night, go to the soup kitchen where the homeless camps were, and I'd pass out flyers. Sometimes I would do it 2 or 3 times in a week. Well, that's all you got to tell me? Hold up. Wait a minute. Absolutely not. NC woman found Toolbox. How did she know this guy that killed her? Let's see. Oh, God. Sorry, y'all. Hey, Christy. Hello, Jeremy. Rachel. Hello, Rich. Happy afternoon. Oh, God, it's wanting me to log into Facebook. I can't do that. Hold on. Oh, it says this is the autopsy, maybe. I think this is Candace. Oh, it's Facebook. I'm trying to get to the article, y'all. It's wanting me to download stuff. I mean, you just can't even click on nothing on Google anymore without some bull crap.
Yeah.
Candace, C-A-N-D-C. I cannot figure out how this woman knew this guy. Why would he have... I mean, there's literally nothing on the story. It makes me so angry. Let's see. Come on, please, Jesus, help me. What the heck? This is for real. Sometimes I just want to scream. I know, he did. Thank you for supporting my channel. He sure did.
Who sure did what?
I can't get it up, y'all. There's only like 2 reports that you can see anyways. And they look like they just came out today. I can't figure out. They have not commented on how they knew each other or why he would have killed her. Listen. I wonder if she was maybe mixed up in some nefarious stuff I don't know. It don't really make sense. It's extremely sad. She does appear physically to have a history with drugs. And it does appear to be long-term use. But that's alleged. It's not like she peed in the cup for me to test it. However, some people that have used opiates and heroin and alcohol for many, many years, you can tell. Okay. And they actually all have a distinct look. So to the trained eye, it appears to me that maybe she had a drug problem, allegedly. It sounds like she had broken away from her husband. It's clear that he was absolutely like in love with her. I wonder if potentially, hypothetically, going out on a limb here, I'm wondering if her drug problems led to her leaving him, led to maybe some line of sex work, which led to her death. I don't know. That's actually the most reasonable, common scenario explanation, but I don't know. It's sad. It really is. They're not releasing any information. They won't say how Candace was linked to this guy, how they met. There's nothing. And matter of fact, there's only a few reports on this even out there, and it's simply talking about that he was arrested. I can't even find the report from where they found her body initially in the toolbox with the tarp and the gunshot wound. So it's unfortunate. The World Wide Web was designed to keep all of us informed. It was supposed to be an encyclopedia.
Supposed to be a research tool for universities.
You know, that was in the air. And it's actually...
And I think the military
had the opposite effect, in my opinion. Media news history is being erased as we speak. When I go to dig up content, it's extremely hard to study a lot of these cases. I'm curious to know who people like... or what people like Benny Johnson or Candace Owens or... I don't know, even Bailey Sarian, which is one of my favorite makeup and mystery type of people. She started that. I wonder what they use to search these articles and to get their content, because they always have so much information. And when I go to look, there's no information. You know, maybe, yeah, anybody know? Even DuckDuckGo. It's not...
Even DuckDuckGo.
You can barely find anything. The best place for me to find content is actually the library. Ain't that crazy? Books.
Content? What do you mean content? Like for your news show?
So sad. I you know.
News is news.
I think the saddest part is to know her husband really adored her. And I don't know what led to her being mixed up with this other guy that murdered her. But history has a way of repeating itself. Her pictures tell a story. Her condition tells a story. Yeah. It's really sad. No one deserves to die that way. No one. Well, a pedophile. Pedophile. Yo, it sounded like it stopped raining. Hey, Aldo.
Is that why she's in here? Because it's raining?
Sorry, I just want to report.
She really doesn't put in the effort anymore, you know?
But I'm going to just
like, man, people have been bugging me in real life. It's interesting how when I stop streaming, trolls just get extra.
I guess so.
Probably just a correlation, not a causation, but...
I don't know if I'll be back today. I got a lot of stuff to do.
She's like, what if I get ran out? What if I get ran out from the park and I'll have to go and be in the actual rain? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm just going to stay inside.
If it's going to rain, they're calling for it most of the day. But if it doesn't, then I want to get outside and do something. I feel like I've not been working out as much as I usually do. I haven't even been lifting weights. I haven't been doing any of my strength training. And it
homeless, by the way.
Definitely takes a toll on me emotionally, because that is the one thing. Fitness is the one thing that gets me through my depression. Seriously. So
lots of homeless people just wish they could get outside more, you know?
I need to get back into it. Maybe this weekend, we can get back into it when it's supposed to be nice, because I think like Friday, Saturday is supposed to be really nice.
Which she had 2 laptops. I don't think she threw out a laptop. That might have been like a grift. Like she might have said, she said a few times, I'm going to lose all my phones. I'm going to lose my laptops. I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose that. I'm gonna lose everything because of these trolls on the internet. Blah 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 blah. When she could have been streaming in the closet the whole time. Brooke streaming in the safe closet. She's safe here, you know. I don't even know where she is really. Like we know, but like we don't really know. We can't do anything. So, actually, I shouldn't even say we. I'm not grouping myself in with people who try to just cause IRL shit to happen to Brooke in real life without actual justified reason.
Let me just use this one. Damn iPhone ain't worth a damn. Let's see. Weather.
Get Brooke kicked out of the coffee shop. Why? Because we don't like her and we're bored.
Yeah, Friday
You know
and Saturday are supposed to be beautiful.
And then Brooke isn't live, and they're like, "Why isn't Brooke live? You got her kicked
Saturday
out
and
of
Sunday.
everywhere, man. Where's she supposed
Saturday
to
and
go?"
Sunday. And actually Friday too. It's not supposed to rain until 7 p.m. But you know how that shit changes. You know how that stuff changes. Magical mystery tours. I need to look into some more cold cases. There's a few of them here in town that are interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I haven't been on my phone as much. I don't watch my phone like I did when I lived in my truck. When I lived in my truck, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is get on my phone and scroll. And then before bed, I get on my phone and scroll. I honestly don't get to watch much content anymore. It sucks. It really does. It's hard to get in the frame of mind of trying to take in stuff that you know you're going to talk about. It's a whole different frame of mind. I guess it's kind of like learning in school because you know that you're going to be reiterating this information. You want to be correct. And it puts a lot of pressure on somebody who doesn't have a good memory. Somebody who's been through extreme trauma. You know, when you go through a lot of trauma, your brain is holy. I got holes in my brain. I know there's no way that I don't. Like, if I don't, then why does everything fall out of my head? There's got to be holes. There is a leak somewhere in my brain because I cannot hold on to anything, okay? I cannot retain information like I used to before all the trauma. A bad memory is a telltale sign of a traumatic past.
Or drugs. I don't know. It could be drugs.
Yeah, I need to get back in the mood of content. Oh, thank you, Mercedes. You too. Oh, God. Yo, I really damn... I'm so innocent. You see how innocent... I saw the heart and I saw the kind words when I started to read it, and then I got to the bottom and I'm like, what the hell? I've been catfished into a bad comment. What the hell? Hey, Kimberly.
Most innocent people have to hide in closets because, like, they've been kicked out of everywhere else in town and they hate him. I mean, yeah, totally. So innocent, man.
No, ain't it mean, Jody? This is why I be wanting to throat punch people. And then they turn it around. She's violent. No, I'm not. Y'all evil. I'm out here.
You fucking stabbed too. I'm so, like, I feel like a broken record, but every time she's like, I'm not violent. I've never hurt anybody. You went to jail for stabbing 2 people and trying to kill them, man.
Ready to unsheath my sword to damn put evil in its place, honey. Don't be playing. So funny. Thank you. I'm trying. But I'm gonna run and we will talk tomorrow. Oh, bye, girl. Hey, bye. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. And I'm praying for you guys. And y'all pray for me because God knows I need it. And we will probably talk tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be outside somewhere fun and not in a broom closet.
I feel like she just did that. Didn't she say we're going to talk tomorrow in the other one? I don't want to do 4 streams today, so she better be done. She better be done. And then we can catch up on the other stuff. And be done. No more coming back, Brooke.
I love you guys and I'm praying for y'all. And y'all be safe. Bye, y'all. Bye, Janie, Kimberly, Paul.
It's
Michael,
an office space.
Y'all be safe out there. Holly, it was good to see you. Christy. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good afternoon. Janie, bye.
Think she's done? Is she really done? Did she get any super chats? I didn't see her get any super chats. Think she's done? I'm scared, you guys. Aren't you scared? I'm scared. Well, I guess that's it. For now. Okay, let me, what time is it? 4? Okay, so in less than 2 hours. Should be able to order groceries and stuff. By then, if Brooke actually stays gone, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'll be back in 2 hours. If not before that. If Brooke wants to stream again, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out on the next episode of Crazy Brooke and Life. The newest saga. Chilling in a closet. Alright, bye guys.